All right, welcome back, developers. How's everybody doing? All right, it's great to see you again, and it's wild to think back about where we were just a year ago. This morning, you've heard all about the advancements across Gemini. We've got the new Omni model, the new Gemini 3.5 series of models, and last month, we also shipped Gemma 4 under an Apache 2 license. It's our smartest open model yet. It's purpose-built for advanced reasoning, agentic workflows, and the response has been incredible. 100 million downloads in the first month, and it's pushing Gemma downloads past 500 million. Gemma 4 packs massive intelligence into a footprint small enough to run offline on your phone. And it's deployed in everything, from robots to satellites in outer space. And as you saw this morning, the big shift is our move towards agents, from AI that simply assists you to agents that help you get stuff done under your direction and faster. At the center of it all is Google Anti-Gravity. It's our agentic development platform that enables you to build with agents. The core platform is the anti-gravity agent itself. And today, we're going to show you how you can build with it anywhere, on our infrastructure or your own, on Android or the web. And when you step back, you can see how all of these pieces are coming together across Google, from the cutting-edge models to the agentic tools like anti-gravity, to the platforms where users experience the magic, and to the infrastructure that makes it all possible. We're working up and down the stack to help you build. So let's jump into some demos and keep the launches rolling. Please welcome Logan to the stage.
Thanks, Josh. Our latest models help you build for the next era of agents. And we're putting the full power of agents directly into your hands, no matter what you're building. Need complex research done? Check. A data science task? Check. Your own personal radio show? We'll get to that one. Last December, we introduced the Interactions API. It gives you one simple and powerful interface for both models and agents. Deep Research was the first agent we made available through the Interactions API. It showed what's possible when you give a model a goal and the freedom to go find the answer. But Deep Research was just the beginning. Inside Google, we're using the anti-gravity harness to empower our agents to intelligently tackle the most complex tasks. It's the same technology behind Gemini Spark in our coding agent in Google AI Studio. And today, we're making that same anti-gravity harness available to you with managed agents in the Gemini API. You can easily start creating your agents by adding custom instructions, tools, and data through a single call to the Gemini API. But building agents is one part of the puzzle. In production, these workloads need secure, isolated execution. And solving that on your own is an infrastructure nightmare. That's why every managed agent comes paired with a remote Linux environment hosted by Google. In a single API call, you get an agent and the sandbox. We handle the infrastructure so you can focus on building. We've been testing this with developers both internally and externally. To give you an example, the team at Stitch, our Vibe design product in labs, used managed agents to enable their users to import their project's design system directly from their code base. Their managed agent connects to a user's GitHub repo, analyzes the code base, and generates a ready-to-use design.md file, giving Stitch everything it needs to create on-brand designs. And because it's a managed agent, we handle the infrastructure so Stitch can scale to millions of users. Now, Stitch is just one example of how powerful managed agents can be. Externally, early access customers like Ramp, Resemble AI, and Clippy are also seeing the power of building agents at a pace like never before. And we can't wait to see what you build. Managed agents are available starting today. And thanks to our ecosystem partners, you can start building with your preferred stack from day one. Let's jump into a demo. I'm here in the AI Studio playground, where earlier this year we added support for interacting with agents. To help you get started, we've added a set of new custom agents that you can run instantly. These open source agent templates come preloaded with instructions, skills, and tools as Markdown, so you can customize the source files, like in this customer support agent. So I told you I'd come back to my own personal radio show, so let's select AI Talk Radio Agent. This agent can produce a complete talk radio show about anything you want. You give it a topic, and it handles the rest. Of course, I want mine to cover today's top tech news. So let's see what the Hacker News comments have to say. I've asked it to generate a 5-minute radio show based on the latest from Hacker News. What's happening right now is the agent's environment is provisioning, and it's getting ready to run. While that happens, let me show you what's under the hood. In the agents.md file, you can see we created a specific set of skills for the agent to produce the show. Research to pull top tech stories from Hacker News, script writing to compose the show script, TTS generation to generate multiple speaker voices, music generation with Lyria to create dynamic background music, and audio mixing to bring it all together. Finally, it generates metadata, uses Nano Banana for cover art, and saves a complete, ready-to-stream MP3 in its sandbox environment. I didn't write any orchestration logic. I simply define the skills and tools in Markdown files, and the agent does the rest. Honestly, it feels like the hottest new programming language is Markdown, and I'm here for it. Since the agent is taking care of everything, it's going to take a few minutes. Let's switch to a tab where the agent finished and left us a nice summary of its work. Research, script, speech, music, mixing, and image generation completed, all from one API call. The playground in AI Studio is great to see what Gemini models and agents can do, but the real magic begins when you bring this to real apps. And to show you that magic, here's Paige.
Awesome. Thank you, Logan. Google AI Studio is the fastest path from prompt to app. So let's dive in. I've always wanted to build my own personalized radio station to get the latest news that I care about. And it's not just because Logan just showed us what his AI Talk radio agent can do. OK, maybe. Earlier today, I took the AI radio show agent and wrapped it in a real app with just a few prompts. Since I'm also a fan of Hacker News, let's go ahead and give it a try. Just like Logan showed in the playground, my app is calling a managed agent on the Gemini API. The agent spins up in a sandboxed environment, reads through the skills, makes a plan, and then assembles the complete episode. This is going to take a minute to generate, so I'll switch over to where I ran it a little bit earlier today. And let's hear what Hacker News has to say.
If you can go from writing 200 lines of code a day to 2,000 with an AI agent, are you actually a better engineer? Or are you just vibing? Good afternoon.
Awesome, pretty cool, right? Excellent. As you can see, the agent generated the MP3 for the show and created metadata to display the script. So now I can even jump to different speakers in the show.
A new one. And for the accessibility community, it's massive. You can...
This is so cool. The app defines the UX, and then the agent creates the content and metadata needed for it on the fly. And I love this fun cover art that was generated with Nano Banana. So Logan showed you how the playground lets you experiment. And what I just showed you is how Build lets you ship. And speaking of shipping, let's go ahead and deploy my app so I can share it with the world. Deploying from AI Studio to Cloud Run is just a few clicks. You can either pick an existing Google Cloud project, or if you don't have one, AI Studio will generate one for you. And starting today, brand new users can deploy to a live URL on Cloud Run instantly. No credit card required. Woo. Awesome. Now, while we're waiting, Cloud Run is just our latest integration. We recently rebuilt our coding agent with anti-gravity and added Firebase and Firestore support, so you can easily build real-world, full-stack apps backed with databases and OAuth. And today, we're officially announcing support for Google Workspace. Woo! Yeah, clap, clap, clap. You can just prompt to connect apps like Docs and Gmail and Calendar and stay completely in the flow. And if you combine that with multi-chat web search and image generation with Nano Banana, we are completely redefining what you can build with agents. And, oh, awesome. It looks like my app has deployed. So you can see right here the status, the live URL, and even unpublish right here without leaving AI Studio for a second. That really was pretty magical. Awesome. I love that I can deploy my web app in minutes, but what good is a radio show if I can't listen on the go? So starting today, you can go from an idea to an Android app directly in AI Studio. No software to install, no SDKs to manage, and no local environment needed. To start, yes, hallelujah. Awesome, yeah. To start, all you have to do is select Build an Android app and start prompting. So let's switch over to one I baked a little bit earlier today. I used the same exact prompts, but this time asked the app to build an Android app. And notice the app is built entirely in Kotlin. Woo! Yeah. You can even preview your app with the Android emulator directly in AI Studio. And when I'm ready to start testing on my own device, I simply plug in my phone to install it. We're also adding support for Google Play Store publishing in AI Studio. Yeah, keep clapping. I just open Publish, connect my Play developer account, and push the app straight to the test track in minutes. And after that, it's ready to install on my phone without ever leaving AI Studio. You can start testing it on your own device today, and sharing with trusted testers will roll out later this summer. But, you know, speaking of apps, great ideas don't just happen at your desk. And that's why we're bringing the AI Studio build experience to your pocket with our brand new mobile app. Woo! Yeah. The app rolls out in a few weeks, and you can pre-register today. With managed agents, you get serious power without the complex setup. But if you want total programmatic control to customize and deploy on your own terms, today we're launching the Anti-Gravity SDK. Yeah. It gives developers and researchers the exact same agent harness optimized for Gemini, but with the ultimate flexibility to run it wherever and however you want. And now, of course, building a great agent isn't just a single event. It's an entire life cycle from that first spark of an idea to a deployed application. And while Google AI Studio is the fastest path from prompt to app, as your team evolves, moving to a local development platform can help with faster iterations. And moving y'all's projects used to mean copying files, losing context, and completely rebuilding state. But not anymore. Today, we're launching a one-click export to Anti-Gravity. And we aren't just sending snippets, we are porting the complete file system and every single ounce of context, so you can pick up exactly where you left off in AI Studio. And now, to show you what we're cooking in Anti-Gravity itself, please welcome Anshul to the stage.
All right, let's talk more about agents, shall we? We aren't just making it easier to build agents. We're making it easier to build with agents. As you heard earlier today, we're introducing Google Anti-Gravity 2.0, a new desktop application that is unabashedly agent first. You can kick off multiple agents in multiple projects simultaneously. One agent vibe codes your marketing website. Another generates brand assets. And a third plans your project architecture, operating in multiple work trees, collaborating without collisions. For coding tasks, you can use Anti-Gravity 2.0 alongside your IDE of choice. But we all know there is much more to do than just code. Anti-Gravity 2.0 is your mission control for orchestrating agents for all sorts of tasks. Now, we've all seen single agents get overwhelmed by massive tasks. That's why today, we're introducing dynamic subagents. Now, your agent can spin up specialized helpers, like a QA or data science subagent, that work in parallel to get the job done faster and more effectively. Now, that might sound impressive, but what if you want the process to run autonomously? For example, you might have tasks that you want agents to repeat on a predefined schedule. Today, we're making that a reality with scheduled tasks. You can now use standard cron schedules to put your agents on autopilot. So tell your agent to summarize pending PRs every morning or monitor your cloud health every hour. And this is just the beginning, making your agents truly proactive. To show you Anti-Gravity 2.0 in action, let's invite Kevin to stage.
Thanks, Anshul. Let's give Anti-Gravity 2.0 a challenge. As you heard from Josh at the beginning, the momentum we're seeing behind Gemma 4 is absolutely incredible. Democratizing AI means allowing anyone to take open models like Gemma 4 and fine-tune them. Historically, that meant complex pipeline wrangling by ML engineers. Not anymore. With Anti-Gravity, anyone can do it. Let me show you. The other day, my CI pipeline broke, which gave me this idea. Why not have an LLM automatically self-heal the pipeline? I just feed it the stack trace with the build error and say, fix this, to generate a remediation bash command. Anshul, can you explain why I get the setup?
Yeah. So the challenge here is that LLMs, as we know, have trained to be conversational. So they bury the bash command in paragraphs of explanation. In fact, when we asked for a simple git worktree command earlier, the response came back with 2 separate code blocks, a conversational introduction, and a detailed breakdown explaining how to choose branch names. But all Kevin cares about is the command. And so what he needs to do is fine-tune Gemma 4 to not return the fluff and just give him the command.
Exactly. So rather than watch me type, let's go ahead and use the mic, powered by our latest audio understanding capabilities. OK, so I want to fine-tune Gemma 4 to directly give me a bash command response with no additional fluff, so that I can use the response directly in my CI pipeline. I have a data set of prompt to bash commands, write the training and eval code for doing a LoRa fine-tuning over this data set, as well as the code to deploy my custom Gemma 4 model on my laptop.
So as Kevin runs that, I want to highlight a couple of things. He was able to just use his voice, and the audio model could recognize terms like LoRa. It seems like the agent is doing some research and is generating an entire implementation plan for the training code.
OK, so I approved the implementation plan, and now it's writing a bit of code to make this happen. Once this is done, I'm going to take this and push it to my repo. And because we're training a model, I'll need a GPU-enabled cloud machine.
Great. So while Kevin does that, you just saw Anti-Gravity 2.0, our new standalone app that is your mission control for orchestrating agents. But we know that for a lot of developers, the real magic happens in the terminal. So that's why we're thrilled to announce the Anti-Gravity CLI. It's a lightweight way to spin up these same anti-gravity agents right from the terminal. So it gives you the exact same harness and same models, but with a product experience that is tailored for the command line. It adapts entirely to you, your themes, your workflows, your key bindings. Kevin, we're good to go?
We are all set. So let's pick up where I left off. As you can see, I've SSH'd into my GPU-enabled VM, and I'm going to pull down the code from main that we just wrote in Anti-Gravity 2.0. I've already have the Anti-Gravity CLI installed on this machine, and it's running in a separate tab. No GUI necessary.
Yeah, so we know that GUI versus CLI is mostly a matter of preference. But since Kevin's already in the terminal, SSH into a machine, the CLI is perfect.
So I just asked the agent to start the training job that we just wrote. And to give you a little bit of context, this is a lightweight LoRa fine-tune. But even so, it's going to take some time before we get results. So while this is cooking, let's just take a step back for a minute. In minutes, we used anti-gravity to go from no code to fine-tuning Gemma 4 on our own custom use case. And if all that seems a little bit too simple, that is the point. Anti-gravity makes building something of this scale not just possible, but way easier than you'd expect. All right, now that it's been a few moments, I'm going to use the CLI to do a quick sanity check on the first few steps to make sure the loss is trending in the right direction and everything is healthy. I'll head over to my agent and just ask, how is the training run going? Is everything healthy? And as you can see, it's going to look through some of the output files, actually read the code that it wrote in 2.0, tell us that it needs to look at a couple of the log files, and hopefully should give us some indication of how training is going. Looking like it's looking through the task logs, and you see that sleep 10. It looks like training has not progressed long enough for us to actually get meaningful results. So let's come back in a couple of seconds.
Sure. OK, so if we have some time, let's ask Gemini for a joke using the brand new /btw command. Oh,
All right.
they give us the results. Let's ask for the
It
joke
already came back,
anyways.
but we'll get the joke
Let's
anyways.
just get the joke. Why not? We have some time.
So I
Very
use
copy.
/btw, which in the same conversation will effectively fork. And now you can see this amazing joke. Why did the neural network refuse to run on the TPU? Because it heard the TPU was always a bit too tensor.
I think we'll give it a 5 out of 10. We'll talk to the Gemini team about humor. But let's scroll back up, because I think we saw some of the training results.
OK, so it looks like it did about 1%. Says the gradient norm is stable, so it looks like things are going well. I imagine this will probably take some time to finish.
Yeah, I mean, so the loss is turning down nicely. The run is perfectly healthy. But we'll fast forward a bit and keep this one cooking in the background.
Sure. In fact, I actually kicked off the same exact run earlier. I let it run for a few hours. So I'm just going to use that checkpoint and ask my agent to deploy that resulting model to my laptop so that we can all see that this does indeed work. So I'll head back over to Anti-Gravity 2.0. I'm going to start a new conversation. and I'm just going to instruct it to run the playground using the fine-tuned model that is specified at this particular path from earlier. As you can see, it is running the server, and if we click over here, you can see the logs. Looks like it's running this particular model. It's also starting the client. And if I just go ahead and click on the link that it's telling me to click, and try that same exact prompt in the same playground that you saw earlier, we now see a fine tune where we just get the command, none of the additional fluff. So we just fine-tuned Gemma 4 on stage, which is pretty remarkable. And this really is the new reality of building. Your workflows across surfaces you already use.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Wrapping up on the anti-gravity CLI, we are unifying on anti-gravity as the only platform you need for agent-first development. So we took everything we learned from how you use Gemini CLI and rolled those insights into the anti-gravity CLI as well. So starting today, the anti-gravity CLI is available to all Gemini CLI users. We've published the migration guides to help you port your custom skills over. And as always, send us your feedback as you get started. You'll now get the same harness as Anti-Gravity 2.0 and a unified agentic experience across all of your surfaces. All right, let's move along. Anti-Gravity is completely stack agnostic, letting you use the tools you love with zero vendor lock-in. However, if you are building in the Google ecosystem, we've made it easy with one-click setup across Android, Firebase, and building on the web. We're also making it easier to push agents into highly specialized fields by introducing domain-specific skills bundles. So starting today, our first release is a new science skill bundle, equipping your agents with the specific primitives needed to accelerate health, biology, and scientific research workflows. So everything you just saw is incredible for individual developers. But we are not stopping there. So today, for enterprises, we're allowing anti-gravity to be connected directly to your Google Cloud projects, applying the same enterprise terms that you expect. And for our existing Gemini Enterprise customers, you'll soon see anti-gravity rolled out in the coming months. From cutting-edge research to standard enterprise apps, whether you're one developer with an idea or an organization deploying at scale, anti-gravity is your platform. Now, let's take a deep dive into these agentic workflows for your Android development. Here to show us how that's done, please welcome Florina and Adarsh.
No matter where you are in your development journey, we want to make it fast and easy to build high-quality Kotlin Android apps. As Paige showed you earlier, native Android development is fully supported in AI Studio. Today, we're also bringing official Android support to Anti-Gravity, so you can more easily deliver the most performant experiences for your users, no matter where they are or what kind of devices they have. We want to ensure you have access to the latest innovations on the Android platform, and that building for the newer form factors is frictionless.
Okay, we'll have a few demos that we need to cover in the next few minutes, but not that much time. So let's rely on our latest skill, time travel. We'll use it every once in a while to jump into the future and check out the results. Now, for the demos, we've created a travel app. You can use it to view all of your travel plans in one place or transcribe audio diary entries using our latest on-device model, Gemini Nano 4.
So, using Anti-Gravity, let's show you how you can build an augmented experience today for display glasses.
Now, setting up the environment without Android Studio is kind of a pain. But now Anti-Gravity has our new Android CLI built in. Now that it's stable, it comes with a set of tools for agents to handle everything from downloading the SDK to creating a project and running your app on devices, all much more easily and efficiently. Okay, Flo, for this app, we've heard from our users that they really wish there was an easier way to view important travel info when they're on the go. So let's try this out. In a single prompt, let's add the capability to display updated flight and travel information directly on the glasses, which could be pretty useful for users at the airport with their hands full.
Building for display glasses is new, so most LLMs don't know how to do this yet. So, as part of Android CLI, we're giving our models access to the latest information with 2 key resources. First, the Android knowledge base. It's our specialized data source that enables agents to search and fetch the latest developer guidance. And second, we open source the Android skills to help LLMs understand and execute best practices. For example,